Wow, yeah, because we've never. You're it's either always mad early or mad late.
Yeah, I literally said to Maddie before, like when we went and got coffees, I was like, I remember doing like a pod with you, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago or something, and yeah, it was like 9 or 10 o'clock my
Yeah,
time,
it was.
and I was like, dang, I'd love a coffee, it'd just suit, you know.
It was before Torian 2021.
Yeah,
Because I was actually thinking about it today because I remember at the time, I think wasn't like Brandon Swan won it the year before and he was like he wanted to win it again. And then I remember asking you about it and you were like, no, I think I'll be okay, basically.
yeah,
And you were. You were okay.
yeah, that's a good
You
one.
did just fine.
Yeah, that would have been it. That's a good
How are
one.
you? So you're in Nashville.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I've been out in Nashville nearly 3 weeks now, so it's been great. It's been awesome.
I saw you in Savannah the other day. You were brilliant. You were really good.
Oh yeah,
I think you're getting more and more confident with these. Are you more like relaxed?
yeah, for sure. Like, well, the first time that we did this, I would have been like, yeah, pretty fresh on the scene with this sort of stuff, and like since then, because I knew I wasn't like too good at it, and always sort of just anticipate what I'm gonna say, I just started making like vlogs on YouTube and all that sort of stuff to get better at talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's helped a lot for sure.
Who does your vlogs? You did some stuff with Vakey, didn't you?
Yeah, I've done some stuff with Vakey, but no, just my brother would. We just do our vlogs together. We haven't done
And is
one.
that he's doing CrossFit now too? He's like, is that the same
Yeah,
brother or have you two brothers?
yeah. I just got one brother. He's always been doing CrossFit. He just sort of hasn't. He never like committed as hard as I did. I guess so. But yeah, he's just naturally pretty good. So hopefully he can commit a bit harder and be a Torian next year. That would be cool.
It's shit for your vlogs though. If he's doing that, he won't have as much time.
Exactly. That's what I always say. Like he has competed on our affiliate team, at semi Torian, I think 1 or 2 years. So yeah, that's exactly that. Like it's like, dang, there goes the vlogs.
Yeah, selfish fucker. There's Bruce Hay and Elise Hay. Yeah, that's a sickener. You're gonna have to get someone else, like a third person, or just convince him. Just be like, listen, I know you really want to do this, but I just don't know if you're there. I really think your talents lie elsewhere, like off the competition floor.
Yeah.
Have you got last week's vlog ready yet?
Yeah, I think it's behind the camera, but nah, he's actually, yeah. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he's there next year for sure, Indy.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you very similar? Are you very similar athletes, or do you have? Are you different?
No, I would say pretty different. He's a bit taller than me. So he's sort of just more, yeah, like he beat me on like rope climb workouts or something like that. But his strength numbers are what I've noticed in the last year. They're getting very close to mine now. So
yeah. Again, that's the time where you just like put your knee on his throat a bit and you're just like, hey, listen. I know it looks like it's going well. You feel like you're on an upward trajectory, but just from being in the sport that little bit longer, I just know that like this isn't the way it should be going. Like and you're setting yourself up for failure. Just here's the camera. Just put down the barbell, pick up the camera, just stick to what you know. There's a good question. Would you ever go team with him?
Oh, maybe.
Do you get on? Are you friends? Like, are you training partners and friends?
Yeah. We're really good friends now. Like growing up and stuff.
Now, I love the addition of now. I'm the same with my brother. It's like, yeah, we get on well now. I always make sure to say now as well.
Yeah. Like I suppose, it's the same old story as kids. You just sort of have little punch-ons here and there. Like it's all love though. But yeah, now we're very good mates. So that would if that was something once the individual career is over and that's there for sure, that'd be cool.
That's cool. I don't know if Thibaut would appreciate me telling this story, but it just popped into my head when you said about brothers. I remember once going to the toilet to get tissue to blow my nose. I'd say I was about like 8, 9.
Yeah.
My brother was in there and I was like, oh, can you just hand me out some tissue? And he handed me out tissue with a turd in it. I didn't actually hand it to me, but like held it out for me to take. And like thankfully I didn't. It's not like instinctively you just put your hand out, but thank God I held back.
Yeah, like your looks then first, eh?
Yeah, image and smell really just popped into my head there when you said about brothers. And what age is your brother?
He is 22.
What are you, 25?
I'm 24.
24. When are you 25?
I'm 25 in January.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're about halfway.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So Nashville, you said on Savannah Show, you're in like basically a show house. You basically live in a studio while you're there, like a
Yeah,
TV
I
studio.
mean, yeah, they call it the Proven House. So yeah, they got it. It's like just a proper house out the front, and then there's like a big shed out the back where they have their studio and where they film all their stuff. So we were lucky enough that they let us stay here. So it's been
That's
good.
cool. When you see stuff like that, like, because say when I hear that there's like a studio and stuff, I just find that like flabbergasting that there's like it's so weird that that exists. Do you know, like
Yeah,
that there's like, oh yeah, let's just go down to the studio house with the like the proven house, the big studio at the back. Like when
yeah.
you first got there, were you like, okay, yeah, that's totally normal. There's nothing unusual about that for me at all.
I think only being like around like Rob Forte, who's like been my coach for a long time now, like and like seeing him like creating his program and all that side of things. I know that a lot of those guys are like filming, explaining things and all that sort of stuff to make their program better. So yeah, when I saw it, I was like, honestly, I wasn't surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange. It is funny though as well when you hear, like say Proven are at the games and Mayhem and HWPO with their like sponsorship of the games and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I'd say if you asked 1,000 people how much do you think that cost, I'd say like I don't think anyone would get it right. Do you know, like it's like there's just I have no concept.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened there? Can you still
What,
hear me? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
I
can
can
still hear
still
me.
hear.
That's all that matters. I have no concept of like how much money shit costs or
Mm.
anything like that. Especially, I don't know. Maybe I'm the stupid one. Like maybe everyone else is like, oh, it's really obvious how much all this shit costs. Like, can you not understand?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like like with all that sort of stuff, it always does blow me away too. Like I've only heard little like how much it costs to have like a vendor at semi-final level, all that sort of thing, and I was like pretty
Yeah.
blown away. So I can't imagine what it would be like at the games.
Just give me like 4 hours here to try and fix this.
No, you're a good man. No stress.
We keep going anyway while I'm trying to fix it. So I was looking up your history or whatever, Torian,
Yeah.
and this is annoying me not being able to do this. Is that it? Nope. Oh fuck! I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll just keep going. It's kind of cool the way it flashes when I talk. Like kind of throb.
Well, you can see, yeah, you can see that.
It's actually probably a better view for people. You were at Torian
Mhm.
in 2021.
Yes.
You were at Torian. Oh, I understand what I did there. I plugged in both ends of. I'll tell you what I did now in a second. That's so embarrassing. Fucking hell.
No, you're good. So, yeah.
So I plugged in. Here we go. I think. Fuck's sake, man. I plugged in like the end of a camera. I plugged in a cable,
Mm.
and I was like, "Oh, that's not working." And then I plugged in another cable, but what I actually did was I plugged in one end of the cable, plugged it out, plugged the other end of the same cable back in.
Right.
Fuck's sake. Anyway, we could just be stuck with this for the rest of the chat. I'm trying to fix it as we talk, but fuck
That's
me.
right.
Anyway, so yeah, you finished second that year that we spoke last, 2021.
2021, yeah.
First time at the games as an individual. You were there on a team before that, right?
Correct, yeah.
Who was on that team?
So first year was 2017 when it was still teams of 6, and I believe 2017 was the first year in Madison. That was just guys from the affiliate. And then 2018 was when it went teams of 4, and that was that was the first year that Rob Forte went team from, I think he was like 7 or 8 years individual before that.
Okay.
So, and then there was a couple of girls from our affiliate as well who were decent at the time. They were like sort of regional, individual level athletes. And that was a really solid team and solid year. I can't remember off the top of my head what we come. Maybe we were like 12th or something. But that was sick. Like those 2 years I found were like a big, like sort of bridged the gap for me in between like making the jump from the teenage division to like individual, which I feel like that was a big thing for me. Getting that like experience. Hey, he's back. Let's go. But yeah, those like 2 years were a big thing for me. Like getting that experience. And making the jump when I was ready to go individual, and it wasn't just going to be me going individual to like sort of fill the numbers. I was going to actually be decent and have a crack.
What was that first year like at the games, like on your own? Was it what you expected it to be, or was it like drastically different? Was Maddie competing that year too?
No, Maddie wasn't. That 2021 was like the year of like once it was sort of like with still through COVID, but it was like down, but it was still real shit really. But so Maddie come with me and helped me out. But 2021, I mean, it was sort of all that sort of what I would have expected. I didn't really have a placing in mind of where I was going to end up, but it's definitely what I expected. And then well, the 2020 was supposed to be the first year, but then we were on the old virtual games.
You just did it at home.
Yeah, so that wasn't what I expected being the first year, but the following year was like, that's cool. Like, this is what I thought it would be like for sure.
And when you came back, was there like a fire lit under you after competing when you came back? Did it take a while to kind of lift yourself back up to training? Were you satisfied? Were you disappointed? Were you put off in any way or anything?
2021, I would say yes. I was definitely motivated to get back into it. I always give myself a decent break after the games. 2021, I was still like definitely like we're doing this like straight back in. Last year, I'd say my confidence level was really high going into the games. And then during the games, I wasn't going how I expected, and I let that affect me a lot. Workout by workout. I sort of was just overthinking about my placings, and like sort of this isn't how I thought it was going to go, and then sort of just like really, really fell apart, and was sort of like, what am I even doing here? Like, why do I even do this? It's such a roller coaster of emotions for sure that you go through. Last year I'd say like was as close as I got to almost being like, I'm probably not going to do this anymore. So, I took like a good month after last year and just sort of like sat on it and slowly got back into things. And then the Down Under CrossFit Championship come around, and then I was like, all right, let's go see if the sort of fire gets lit again. And I did that, and then I was like, all right, let's do this properly again and go from there.
Was there a specific moment or anything in 2022, or was it just like an accumulation of things?
I'd say just an accumulation of things for sure. Like mainly having expectation going in and not.
Is that like 2021? You were like, okay, 22nd, so therefore second year back, add on, like jump up like 5-6 places, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I was even looking for more than that, but for sure. So the way I'm going into this year now is like I feel like I've done things a lot differently, especially jumping on Proven from after semifinals, and it has been a lot different. So and coming over here the longest time before the games, being like 3 weeks, getting used to the heat, which I do blame a lot of why I was bad last year. I never really got that sun exposure before. And then the first time that I got the sun exposure was sort of out on North Park, and it was already too late then, wasn't it? So, yeah, I feel like the way I'm going about it this year is just taking it one event at a time, and I'm just gonna try and enjoy myself as much as possible, and just take it all in really. And I feel like the result will follow from that.
What were you like to be in around during the games last year? Like, could anyone? It was just like Rob was coaching you last year. He was with you last year, right? So
Yeah,
was he able to talk to you? Did he just have to like leave you alone? Did he try and pull you out of it, or like?
yeah. I mean, it's a bit of both. You know, like when I'm ready to talk about it, I will. Otherwise, like most of the time, like I just like you know, talking shit with some of the boys, especially the Aussie boys, and just enjoying myself. But yeah.
Were you able to do that last year?
I definitely was, but it was sort of like more of like a beat down. Like I'd know what the next workout is and be like, oh, like I have to go out there now and do this. Like I honestly like just didn't want to be there. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. It's because like Michelle Basnett was on a few weeks ago, and it sounds not too dissimilar from what she was saying. She was like,
Yeah.
she said she had like burnout where
Mhm.
it stopped being like, oh, this is amazing, I'm here, and it started to become like, fuck, I have to go out now and work out in front of
Yeah.
like even the fact that people were there didn't really. It was just the fact that she actually had to go and do
Have
pull-ups.
to go and do their work. I felt the exact same, and like it's not fun when you're not getting the result you want. You know, like if like for me, I just felt like I was just going 20th, 22nd, 23rd, 20th. You know what I mean? It's just like I never had any like highs. It was always just like either just constant or it was just low. So I
Yeah.
was like, you're not having fun, and then it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I guess out of the 40, there's probably, no, like definitely 30 plus people don't want to be in the bottom two heats. Do you know, like you're always aiming, that's the aim, is you want to be in the last heat or the second last heat or
For sure.
second last heat fighting for the last heat or whatever. Like, so I guess
Sure.
when you don't have any opportunity like that and the workouts aren't enjoyable or easy in that kind of, like, in a classic kind of sense,
Yeah.
it would become a bit like, what's the fucking point? Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, it's rough. Okay, so you mentioned that you moved on to Proven. Am I right in saying like you started CrossFit, joined a gym, it was Rob's gym, then you started coaching with Rob? No?
No. I started at just a gym sort of more local to my house. Well, where we were living at the time. For probably 3 or 4 years, and
Okay.
then sort of as I was at that top end of like the teenage division, I then joined CrossFit Frankston with Rob.
So
So it would have been
7
about
years?
20. Yeah, it would have been maybe like 2016. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you said that you joined Proven after semifinals this year.
Mhm.
At what point were you thinking like, oh, maybe I should move?
Yeah, it was it was definitely a group decision. Like we just wanted to make sure we we're
We
doing
as you and Rob.
yeah. So we just wanted to make sure we were on doing the right thing really, and something different so we can have a better result for sure.
Hmm.
So yeah, so he was working on me with joining Proven.
And was it like, okay, I want to join Proven, or I want to change, let's see what's out there?
No, it was more like I wanted to join Proven for sure.
Okay.
Like it just makes sense. Like obviously, like it's proven, right? Like look at Shane and Tia, what they've been able to do, and they're Australian. Like it all, there was just a lot of things that it just made sense, and it's just super cool to see what they're doing with it. And wanted to get a part of it.
There's a lot of times where you hear that someone, like an athlete and a coach, separate or whatever, and you hear the story from one side and you're like, oh, that all sounds really amicable, and then you talk to the other person, you're like, oh, fuck that guy. Like, do you reckon if I ask Rob, would he be like, yeah, no, yeah, like I was encouraging it, and blah blah
Yeah,
blah?
yeah,
Because I
no,
thought it
for
was
sure.
interesting as well at semifinals.
Mhm.
I noticed like that he was doing demo team, and I was like, that's unusual, like, because
Yeah.
surely he'd be needing to be quite hands on here. And then, like, usually there's a lot of like parallel stories and posts and stuff between the two of you, and that kind of stopped. And I was like, that's strange. And then you were at, I'm just such a fucking nerd when it comes to Instagram and stuff.
Yeah,
And
you just see
you were at Proven, but you said, I can't remember what the wording was, but in the wording you said it's great to be on Proven, and I was like, that's weird that you said on and not at or with or in. I was like, and then I was like, maybe I'm reading into it all too much though.
No, that's good awareness. It's good.
Yeah, it's like it gains me nothing. It's kind of like knowing all the lyrics to a 90s song. But like, I don't know any of my colleagues' names at work, but I know what preposition Jay Crouch used when he talked about Proven on the 22nd of May or whatever. Like, so when you decided, or when you guys decided that you're going to move, it's an interesting timeline, because you weren't with Proven pre-semifinals, you got to semifinals, you won semifinals. So then was there any party that was like, oh, maybe I should just stick, like things are going pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, it's two different beasts, right? Like semifinals, you got what, six events, really, 7 events over, the 3 days, and then you go to the games and it's double amount of days. So it's two different beasts for sure. So no, that wasn't the case, but yeah, like Rob's coming over still to watch with my family as well. So yeah, it's all cool.
No, yeah, there's obviously no bitterness, unless if we see him booing, then he's tipping his hand. Then he's like, "Oh yeah, Jay, I'm coming over to watch." It's like, "Fuck you, Jay!" You're just about to do your max snatch. He's like, "Fuck you!" And you'd instantly pick out his voice as well in a quiet crowd. So you came over then to Proven, and was there conversations pre-semifinals with Proven?
No, it was just straight after.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, because I suppose it's like from their end, I guess it's somewhat of a no-brainer, where a successful athlete wants to come and join, and I suppose is Australian as well as a bonus, but like they would have to also think of like the chemistry of the group and the dynamic of the group, and do we want someone else coming in, and it's coming in close to the games, are they going to piss people off or whatever, another male competitor. Were you confident that it would be fine? Like,
yeah, I mean, I knew that those were the things that had to be considered for sure. Like, yeah, you don't want to be in the way at all, like for their athletes that they've had for forever, how long. So yeah, it was something that I thought definitely could have been the case, but I was pretty confident. Like, I know they're very good people, and yeah, they've gone like above and beyond for us being here. So it's been really cool.
How big of a disappointment was Nick when you met him? He's such a letdown, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a great dude.
They're annoyingly nice, like all of them. Like I met Dwight, Nick, and I've spoken to Nick and Shane a few times, but I met them in Wadapalooza, and I was like, oh, just like it'd be great if they were just assholes or something, like it's just they're good people, and it's cool as well then, because it's like, no disrespect to any other gym you've trained in, or people, training partners you've had, or people you've trained with, but like that is a level up. Like when you have say that team of 4, the 2 girls, Tim and Tola, there you've got like it is a really big step up to a different beast of a training environment.
Oh, for sure, man. Like yeah, I can happily say that it's like, yeah, one of the best, like the best training environment I've ever been in, for sure. Like it like if you like lived here, this is like what it would take to get to that like top level for sure. It's honestly insane. Like all the coaches are unbelievable. Everyone's been super welcoming, and yeah, they even like CrossFit East Nashville itself is unreal gym. Like it's massive. They've got everything there that we need. But for sure, couldn't agree more.
And did it take long? Were you instantly grounded there, or was there a part of you that, like, for a day or two was like, oh fuck, there's T and Shane, that's pretty cool?
I mean, I've spoke to them a few times. Obviously, spent time with them a little bit. So, yeah, I was pretty. I mean, it's cool even just being around Tia for sure in the gym. Like, it's all like she's the goat, right? So, it's always a cool feeling for sure.
And I'm assuming as well, there's a lot of, I guess her training might be a little bit different now than usual.
Yeah.
She definitely isn't ramping up at the same intensity as she would have, say, last year. But like, there probably are little cues, little things you can see that just being around her and the others at that level all day, every day, seeing little things of like, oh, I never would have thought of doing that, or oh, maybe I should start doing that.
Yeah, for sure. Like even little things that you don't know you're doing, and that Shane will just pick out, and you're like, geez, like I didn't even know I was doing that, or that was a problem. So, um, it's next level.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's especially crazy how Shane basically like pulled himself up from his bootstraps of like no background in, you know what I mean? Like he just was
Yeah,
like his whole thing was just helping Tia all along, and now he's like one of the best coaches in the sport, basically.
yeah. He's definitely got eye for it. That's for sure.
Crazy. Is Maddie with Proven as well?
Yeah, well, she's been doing everything I'm doing as like the lead up to coming over here, and then she's been jumping in with all Tia's training since we've been over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was she injured in the lead up to semi or like last year or something?
Yeah, she had a decent back injury from pretty much down under championships.
That's like December, right?
But and it just like she was doing everything in her power to get it gone, and it just hung around pretty much. Yeah, right. Like she was so close to pulling out of quarterfinals. Like I think it was like the Saturday morning. I thought she was going to pull out. So she was lucky to get to semis.
What do you guys do at semis? Because I had Ellie and Justin on there the other week, and I was kind of interested to hear that they are basically like, okay, best of luck, and then they might like chat in the evening. Obviously, it was difficult for them because Torian and America or whatever.
Yeah.
When you guys are at semifinals, do you just say like, all right, see you on Monday, or do you like how do you work it?
Um, it sort of just feels like no different than like a training day, I guess, for us. Like in the gym, like we're all like usually chill, like it's all friendly competition, and then when you're away from the gym, it's sort of just like all gets left pretty much. So I feel like we've been doing it like that long now that we're sort of just used to it. It's all chill.
Yeah. You said there that if you were living, if someone was living in Nashville, that's what it would take to get to the next level. Is that something that's on the cards?
No, not yet. Like nothing serious at all. No, we joke about it, but I just mean like for me, like I feel like if I want to, I feel like it's something like being in this environment and over here is probably what it would take for me to get on the podium. I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
How do you not do it then? Like what holds you back if
um I don't
just
know.
family
It's like
and
a
that kind of
pretty big
stuff?
move, like family and that sort of stuff. Like, I
Fuck
mean,
him. Fuck him, Jay.
I mean, like if and if like an opportunity come up, maybe we do it. But my family would be all for it for sure if they thought if they thought that I thought it was gonna be a good thing. But I suppose even for me, like I like where I live, I like being around my family. So we'll see.
Yeah. I go back to fuck him. That's my answer to that.
Yeah.
You were an electrician first, right?
Yeah, I'm an electrician. Yeah.
Yeah. I say move, and then worst case, there's bound to be a call for electricians in Nashville as well. Like absolute worst case. If the wheels fall off, like worst case, they still need lights, they still need plugs.
That's it.
Yeah, it's interesting, because I suppose you do have that thing of like I imagine you'll have to prepare yourself for however the games turns out for like leaving that environment and going back and being away from it. There will be an adjustment period of like, like if you walk into East Nashville, you're going to feel endorphins, you're going to feel adrenaline, you're going to feel like, you're instantly in a different kind of mindset or whatever with that kind of environment versus like, I'm going back to train. Like your home gym is gorgeous. Like it's stunning looking, but it's a home gym. And we all know like that like a lot of people need that extra little bit to push them on.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and even for me, like I always love training with mates and talking shit, all having that community social side of it for sure. But you're right. I'm gonna have to try. Well, I mean, like I have like a good lot of training partners anyway back home. that have got me this far, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like I can get a good thing going for sure. But yeah, you're right. It's completely different.
Yeah. I suppose like going back on what I said about convincing your brother that he's actually shit at CrossFit, you could convince him that he's good enough to also move to Nashville.
Mm.
And then once he's there, then start pushing him back down again and just be like, look, man, this is a mistake, but you've got the visa. I mean, you might as
Yeah.
well hang around. And I mean, the camera's right over there. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
You, I think, were you still working part time in 2021? You were working with your dad or
Um,
something, was it?
no, I was always 2021. What would I have been doing? I think I would have just finished my apprenticeship working
Yeah.
full time. Like I won when it was like sanctioned, it was ACC. I was working full time for someone, still finishing off my apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So from there, I was sort of just doing my own, like been doing my own work in between, sort of like when it's not busy and all that sort of stuff, like
Like
with the
Nixers,
CrossFit
basically.
stick.
Like
Sorry.
Nixers. Do you call them Nixers? No. You know, where you like little jobs on the side kind of thing that you pick and choose.
Oh yeah, it sort of is like that. But yeah, like even up until the Open and quarterfinals, I was like pretty much working like 3 days a week just for myself. Um, Obviously, yeah, prioritizing training but yeah, it's chill.
And when did you stop? Like, when do you just say, like, okay, no more, I'm just all training and competing?
Like it was probably around 4 weeks before semis. I was like, I'm ready to just like not do any
Which
work
semis?
this year.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, wow. Okay,
yeah.
I thought you were working like I thought you've been just a professional athlete since
I
2021,
mean,
you were going to say.
it's all like my
I know,
sponsors.
I understand it's built around that, but I thought it was
Yeah.
like literally nothing else.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm still I got my little electrical van, little setup that I go off and do my thing. But yeah, like all my sponsors, I could I can live off for sure as a full time athlete. But like all the electrical work that I do is just like it's like too good to say no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a little bit of extra money on the side.
Have you ever put in one of those Ring doorbells?
Yeah.
Are they hard to do? I have one, but I haven't put it in yet.
All that sort of stuff's pretty easy. Apart from the one with the there's one that you can get with like the spotlights. That's the one that you have to like hardwire. But
No, man, I got the
all that
cheapest.
other stuff, like it's all just like plug and play. I feel like
Yeah,
pretty easy for like a DIY job.
yeah. I might just
All that ring stuff's really popular over here. You see it like on every house.
yeah, I think it counts as with well, we're getting so far off topic, but I'm pretty sure with home insurance here it counts as an alarm. It counts as like,
Right.
as far as I know, I might have that wrong. If I do, I hope my insurance company isn't listening because I like A, that's what I assume, and B, I don't have it connected, it's still in the box. But like I've said that I have an alarm in my house. But yeah, no, I'm sure if worst case, I'll either watch a YouTube video
Yeah.
or you can get a connecting flight in Dublin and just stay here on your way
Yeah,
back for an
sounds
hour.
good.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that
like,
like
are
that's
you
a
coming straight home, Jay? No, I actually have to
yeah.
stop off in Ireland for 45 minutes to put in a doorbell for someone.
Dude,
Easy
that'd be
money.
cool. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, yeah. There's Bruce echoing what I said. Jay has gotten so much better at interviews.
Thank you.
It is funny though. It's like people go two ways, I think, with interviews where well, I try not, first of all, I suppose I try not to have it as an interview. I try to have it as a conversation, so it's a bit
Just a
less
chat.
intimidating. But
Yeah.
I find that people go one or two ways. They don't say enough or they say too much. Like
Yeah.
where they think like I better just keep talking. Like did I answer the question that they asked me and should I keep going or should I whatever?
Yeah.
Or else they don't say anything and they're like, better not make myself look like a tit. I have to keep like, or they'll
Yeah.
have a thought that could be something really good, but they're like, no, that'll make me sound stupid. I won't say that. Or that'll make me
Yeah.
sound arrogant. I won't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good to hit the middle ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll finish up with doorbells. We'll move back to proven. Has there been anything there apart from, I guess, the level of, I suppose, professionalism or whatever that's around? Has there been anything? has there been any major changes? Like, have you, when you started doing their programming, were you like, oh fuck, I haven't done any of this stuff before? Oh, this is drastically different from what I was doing.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that. Like just the style of it too. Definitely the volume for sure. That's been a big one for me.
Like way more.
Way more, yeah. Which I feel
I'd
like
say that was fun.
Yeah. No, it's been really good. Just it feels like I'm training for the games, right? Like you gotta keep doing workouts and backing it up. So mainly that. Like lots of little different things, obviously it's different. So just the way they do, like some strength stuff, all that sort of thing.
Who's gonna have the Jay Crouch is coach necklace in Madison?
Maddie's got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Keeps me dialed.
Nice. Yeah. What kind of thing do you like from a coach? Are you like, because I was talking to Perrin from Think Tank about this the other day, and she said she's very stoic and very like, kind of doesn't really say much, but the word when she does say things that matter, like it's important or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about more passionate coaches. I say Justin Kotler is very passionate, very like, everyone saw him with Ricky and the documentary and stuff, like very, like get the blood pumping or whatever. Would you be fine without a coach, like without anyone there talking to you at all? Do you just have like someone that needs to sit and listen to you, or do you want people like slapping you in the face and telling you to get after it?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of like more the chill side of the coach. Like they're sort of just more to like
carry your bags. You can say it, to carry your bags.
Pretty much. Like, I mean, it's always good to have someone like when you're warming up and all that sort of stuff, just sort of like running off game plans, all that sort of thing. But yeah, like I sort of just like to even just bounce off like a lot of the Aussie boys as well. Like that's always fun, just especially like last year with Baden and Ricky for the most part when he wasn't busy, just in the top heat. But yeah, like I'm chill, man. Like it's just good to like when you wanna sort of debrief if you had a bad workout, or you're excited after a good one. I'm always chatting about it and whatnot. But yeah, it's good.
Who's so it's Doug, Jake, and Bailey.
Jake and Bailey Martin, yeah.
Bailey Martin seems like good crack, is he?
A good what? Sorry.
Good fun. Sorry.
Yeah, he's good. He's just a similar age to me. And
he seems funny. I like his Instagram.
He's funny. Yeah. Have you interviewed him?
No, I actually interviewed Selwyn last year.
Yeah.
And he was in the room. He was like off camera, like chiming in every so often, or like saying stuff in the background. Yeah. So no, he's I'm hoping to catch up with him when I get over there.
Yeah, he's funny, man. He's good.
What about Jake? Have you spoken to Jake much?
Yeah, I've spoken to Jake a lot. Yeah, even just messaging him here and there over the last couple of weeks. He's a good dude as well.
Yeah.
There's for the most part, most of the boys at the Torian Pro are all good blokes.
Yeah. For the most part, is a telling line there. It's like, it feels like there's one person.
There's a car. Yeah. No,
how many were there? 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, yeah, well, all 29 of the guys are stand up. They're really good guys, except for Brian. So your volume is ramping up. Your training is ramping up or whatever.
Yeah.
Workouts then. So like the pig flip was announced today. You've done the pig. It was last year and the year before the pig was there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
It was in Capital
and what else? I can't remember that workout, but I only remember that we did it because there's a photo of me doing it. So,
how do you feel about that workout? Are you like, yeah, grand, no problem?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. The pig's always hard. I think that workout sort of starts on that second set of I suppose after the wall ball. I reckon that would get pretty gnarly, but yeah, it would just pretty much for me just be getting through the pig flips, and then the rest is good.
The rest is just all unbroken, everything.
Yeah.
That's the type of thing you have to say before you go out. You have to say like, Unbroken, yeah.
Unbroken, yeah. That's
Yeah.
like they're the things that Roman would say because we did Vodapalooza in a team, and we sort of had to come up with a game plan with Roman and his like translator before,
And she
yeah,
was just telling him unbroken every time you
pretty
were
much.
like,
And
maybe
then
we'll do like 2 sets of it. She's just like, they're saying go unbroken.
yeah,
Telling
and
him what
then
he
like
wants to hear.
we would just start game planning like with Willie George's as well, and me and Willie would sort of like decide what we wanted to do on the workout, and then put across to what we thought would be good for Roman or whatever, thinking like he would come back and be like, no, I want to do this or whatever, but literally every single time he's just like, no problem. He's a savage, man.
I was thinking about him yesterday. I was like, I wonder, is he, like basically like a robot that you just, like, who was I was actually talking to Swanee, and I was saying, because I was like, oh, where are you going to be this week? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, man, you're going there like 2 days time. How do you not know where you're staying? He was like, I just turn up where I'm told. I get out of the car, I do what I'm told to do. I get back into the car, and I was like, well, it's probably a good line of work then, firefighting, where it's like, Nina, and then it's like, Brandon, put this out. And it's like, get back in the truck.
And
but I was like,
Royce would have it all planned out for him.
Yeah. I'd say Royce is like his dad, like holding his hand, bringing him around. And Chrissy as well. But it's kind of, I guess there is a certain personality type where it's like the only problem is you probably burn yourself into the ground, like if you overdo it. But someone like Roman, you can basically just like unshackle and be like, here's the workout, and then just like go. Like there's no real need for. I remember was it the open announcement where Froning was talking to him and was like saying, oh, you should be feeling like this and doing this. And I was like, I'd say Roman isn't even fucking listening to anything. He's just like nodding politely. And he's like, I'm going unbroken, Richard. It's just like, I don't give a fuck what you say. It's just that like robot mentality of like, can't feel the pain, can't hear the crowd, just nothing. What about the others then? The 5K, have you, are the coaches all kind of huddled in the corner, like trying to figure out what things might be, or do they kind of keep that from you guys?
Yeah, no, we've obviously we're just going off thinking that it's going to be like a cross country, so we've done a few runs like on like a bit of like different terrain, sort of like through the bush, all that sort of thing. But yeah, no, it's honestly just what I felt was good was like running in the sun and all that sort of thing. So that's probably what it's going to be like, right? It's going to be like it's going to be hot. So we've tested a few different things out, like just running like 1K intervals, all that sort of thing. Just sort of finding a good pace. But yeah, obviously I think it's going to be like Saturday morning by the looks of it. So yeah, it's going to be what it is, really, isn't it? Like whatever pace you can hold, it's going to feel different.
Wouldn't that be cool if they did it like? Didn't they do that in the marathon row where there was, maybe it was a half marathon row where there was a time trial and then also your overall score. So if they timed it like the fastest 5K, but also the fastest 1K,
that's crazy.
Like one of the kilometers, you pick which one you go hard. Like I assume you're going to pick the first one, but then whoever does the fastest 1 kilometer gets 50 points, and whoever does the fastest overall 5 kilometer gets 50 points.
Oh, that's crazy.
And imagine they just told you like mass start, and they tell you just as you're walking out, like you're just about to walk out, and they go, by the way, it is a 5K run, but
dude, oh dude, I can already imagine, like even regardless of what it is, the guys are gonna be sending straight off the bat.
Yeah. And the only reason I literally just thought of that there now. And the reason I made sure to say it out loud is if that does happen, you better believe I'm making a clip out of that and I'm posting it everywhere. Yeah. What about what's your 5K time? Have you?
I got asked that the other day before we did a little tester, and I can't even remember. I'm the worst at remembering my things like that. I can remember
what roughly do you know roughly what you're doing here, like say on your trail runs and stuff?
Well, yeah, I've been wearing my watch. Yeah, I've been sticking to. I won't give too much.
Just say 14. About 14 minutes.
Yeah,
no big deal.
Yeah, we've been doing all sorts of different things, but again, I think the pace is going to be different on the day.
Yeah,
So
I think it's sweet that you think other CrossFit Games athletes are watching this. What about the lifting then? How are you feeling about that?
the lifting, yeah, it would be good. Like a 1 RM snatch is always like pretty like damage control for me. I think like probably could have seen that on the leaderboard at semis, but yeah, like for the most part, I think it'll be very cool. Like on a Saturday night, better than a sandbag anyway, for sure. I was just hoping it would have been cool if they did it like a proper like weightlifting meet. That would have been cool.
You wanted to wear a singlet?
Hey, if that's what we got to do, for sure, that would have been cool. But
You wanted like one platform.
that would be sick. Yeah,
So time consuming though.
it is. But it's Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but everybody's doing it. Like the teams are
Yeah.
doing it. So is
Yeah,
that.
that's
You know what I
true.
mean? That's the tricky bit.
Yeah. I wish we had 3 lifts then instead of 2. Two like shit's gonna go down for sure.
Yeah. Are you assuming that you'll be? Wasn't it last year where they had sandbags kind of on the side of the floor, like so that you could, like, do you think they'll
Yeah.
have a bar you could do
Right.
your like first attempt off the floor, not counting
Okay,
it,
right.
and then use your second
Yeah.
and third after?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like 2 attempts with like 30 people, wouldn't it be? So yeah, I don't know. They might be rolling out 3, 4, 5 bars at a time. I don't know.
Yeah.
And everyone, because how many was it last year? Like we had 3 people at a time or 4 people at a time.
Yeah. Funnel down, didn't it? Then to
Yeah, it could be
last one.
something like that, but again, it's only 2 lifts. You just
I always thought it was so shitty for, wasn't it Royce and Guy was it the snatch they did
yeah,
2 years ago?
yeah,
There's just so much time like just sitting on a chair. Just
that's true.
like it's
Yeah,
harsh, like it is harsh, just like sitting and sitting and sitting.
yeah.
What would you have you got numbers in your head for those? You're not gonna say those either, I suppose, are you?
I mean, I'd just want to either match like a PB on my snatch or more is always going to be good. But no, again, like it's Saturday night, so you're going to be feeling completely different. Like I'll pretty much just come up with my numbers in the warm up area and be like,
Yeah.
like I'm feeling good, or I'm going to have to, start, like just decide my opening weights from how I'm feeling in the warm up area.
Are you confident it's going to be a barbell?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Is there like didn't they like put videos out and stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've done that kind of stuff for it. Just I was watching the Shut Up and Scribble earlier on, and they were like, "What if it's like a dumbbell,
Yeah.
like the heaviest or whatever?" But then I guess, yeah, it's probably the same. There might be more technical failure earlier on, but I don't like a lot more people might technically fail at the same point of a dumbbell than would in snatches was the only issue there, I suppose. But I also don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, if they didn't put out those video, like wasn't it a video of Rich clean and jerking and then Annie snatching? I think if they didn't put that out, then I would be like, yeah, maybe it could be anything. But I think because they got those videos out and they that stuff is like went pretty viral and that, so I think they're probably trying to do that again.
Yeah. Have you done Helen before? Have you done it before, say, this week?
This week? No, we did. I did it. When did it get announced? Not this week. Last week.
Middle of last week, I think.
Yeah, I did it. I did a version of then.
Have you ever done it before that?
Yeah. I've done Helen a fair bit, especially the pyramid Helen. I've done that a few times. I like that one. That one's cool.
What are you expecting there?
Like what version it's going to be?
Yeah.
I honestly think like with the Chester bars getting announced in this chipper, I think it probably is just going to be normal.
Do you think they'll say no grips?
That's
floating around a lot, which would not be good for frog grips and Jay Crouch walking out and having to take off his grips.
That would not be good, eh? But I mean, if it's pull-ups, yeah. I mean, wouldn't surprise me if they said no grips. I think if it's any more than pull-ups, then I think we'll have our grips.
Yeah. Some people were saying, I think was it Elliot Miller was saying on that Shut Up and Scribble, she was like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like she didn't use the word novelty, but I'm going to say it. If it was like a novelty pull-up and not just a pull-up, and then they said no grips, or they brought out that standard of the grips because of the bar that they're expecting to use on this, but that might be a rotating bar or it might be something else. And like I've seen loads of people do rope muscle ups.
Yeah, like the rope across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, maybe that's just dumb as well. A lot of the stuff I say, Jay, to be honest, I say it, and after I say it, I'm like, that was stupid. Not the 5K thing, that was pretty clever, but everything else is pretty stupid.
Yeah. No, you're just thinking loud, mate. I like it.
So what is there anything that hasn't come up that you're like, oh, I really hope, like that's real wheelhouse for me. I really hope that comes up.
I mean, I like anything really, like with a handstand push up. That's always fun. Just like OG CrossFit stuff, really. I like, and I'm decent at. Like last year, I feel like it's like a little bit of a circus with all the programming. That's why it didn't really work out well for me. But yeah, just like with all I feel like we're back on the right track with all like how it sort of used to be. So I feel like all that stuff's going to be good for me.
Did you see that the games team updated the website and they've put like, that you can put in your benchmarks, but you can hide your benchmarks and stuff?
Oh, really? No, I haven't seen that.
Have you got anything on your games page? Have you got like your, the way you can put in your deadlift, clean and jerk, all that stuff?
If there is, I don't know right now. If there is something, it would have been from years ago.
If they said, okay, you're at registration on whatever day, Monday. And they give you a form and they're like, okay, just put your name here and then fill out all your benchmarks and we're going to put them on the website. Would you be like, hide it when you put it up?
Hide it? Nah, I wouldn't care, to be honest.
No?
Nah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I find it funny how few people apparently they're going to weigh you guys at the weigh and height measure.
They're going to weigh us?
Apparently so, yeah, at check-in.
How cool would that be if that like was for like the weightlifting total? That would be sick.
Yeah. I actually think it's just for their own data. So they can say this is the average weight, this is the average whatever.
If they're getting height as well, then that makes sense.
Yeah. Or maybe they're gonna they're measuring you guys up for chainmail or something, and they're gonna bring out some fucking weird, some weird workout at the end or something.
Who knows?
Yeah, all the people over 94 kilos, you're doing this, and all the people under, you're doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next week look like then? When do you head out? On Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, I head out on Saturday morning. So yeah, pretty much got 2 more nights here. But
is that a drive or a flight?
We're flying, we're flying, and we're flying straight home after. So
okay. From Chicago or something, is it?
Yeah, so flying to Chicago on Saturday, and then drive back to Chicago, fly all the way home.
They're on to you, Jay. Immigration.
Yeah.
So what does the next few days look like then? Is it basically just like go out and eat and lie down and stuff, or are you still hitting pretty much
hard? Like, this last week has been like a full deload, so we've been doing obviously a bit less and like looking after the body and just touching on things that have come out, like being announced. So yeah, this week's been good. It's been good to like finally get here. It's been more chill, which is good. But next couple of days is just going to training tomorrow, see what they got planned, and then travel day Saturday.
Cool. Well, my advice to you is based off what you said about 2022. No matter what's happening, pretend that you're happy if you see Sivan coming with his camera for that's not the legacy you want to leave behind.
No, agreed. But no, he makes me laugh. He's funny, so that'd be good.
Yeah, he's good. Well, listen, thanks. It's been great to catch up with you. I hope to see you somewhere along the way next week.
Yeah.
Best of luck with everything. Enjoy it. I hope you take more from it this year. And yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do improving. It's cool.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure. It's been great catching up with you.